Good evening. Yeah, I'm Tin Woon, a senior architect with Kataya and Associates. Julio Sanchez is our senior project manager leading the Kataya architectural and engineering team, and we have Melissa Barnett from Garth Solution, and she's in charge of the community outreach efforts. So, thank you. So this is the existing Pompey Park, and for orientation, north is up, and this is Northwest 2nd Street to the south and Northwest 3rd Street to the north, and we have the 10th Avenue to the east and Northwest 13th Avenue to the west. Just to orient ourselves, and I'm going to show you the current proposed new site plan, same orientation. Unlike the existing park now, with the parking lots disconnected into 3 different groups, we have one continuous parking lot along the south and along the east. Right? So it provides a logical vehicular circulation pattern and make it convenient to find a parking space. We have a total of 222 on-site parking, and we also provide 47 off-street right here to the north parking. So we have a total of 269 parking spaces, which is a significant increase of 71 parking spaces. Here, this is your existing tennis court to the northeast corner, and it will remain here, this tennis court. This is a playground with shade structure. We'll have 2 new basketball courts and a new basketball pavilion that has 2 restrooms and a storage. And in between this basketball courts, you also have a shade structure for a hot summer day, right? So the new aquatic center is integrated and accessible from the new community center. This is your family pool, and this is the 8-lane pool. And here is the pool cabana, which has a storage and 5 changing rooms. So the Pompey Park Community Center is a 52,000 square foot, 2-story community center. It is a Category 5 building designed to withstand 157 miles per hour wind. And right here is a new playground for the after-school care. And north of that, we'll have fitness equipment and a shade structure. You still have 3 baseball fields and with new dugouts right here. And these are pavilions. And you will also have a new batting cages right here. And this is a new civic lawn capable of hosting outdoor events right here. So the trees shown here are the existing trees. The parking lot is carefully designed to have a minimal impact on the existing trees. I want to show you the next slide here. You would see that I highlighted these trees in red. These are the trees that we will have to remove or relocate right here. So as you can see, there was a significant effort made to save as many trees as possible. So let's take a look at the park in a 3D flyby. This is the south elevation, and you would see the entrance. This is the main entrance. We're rotating now to, this is the west elevation. Now we're approaching the north elevation, which you'll be able to see the aquatic center. So this is your family pool, and that's the competition pool. As we start to zoom out, you can have better view of the whole park. It's like a bird's eye view. Yeah, so you can see the whole park more clearly, yeah, in 3D.
I just wanted to take this opportunity from a parks and a recreation standpoint of some of those points that Teen brought up, but why these things were done since we were doing so well. One of the main goals was to utilize as much space as possible, right? So Pompey Park is almost its own parks and recreation department all in one. It has a little bit of everything for our community, which is amazing. But there was a lot of wasted space around the park if you're not familiar with it. That's what many of these moves and shifts to the current facilities are really all about, is so that we can maximize that space. By moving the pool from the northeast corner into the building, it did two things for us. One, it created where it wasn't two separate operations on the same campus that had very little to do with each other, and created that community center, aquatics complex all in one place, which is a much more enjoyable feature for both staff and participants all over. He mentioned that there's two pools. It's a really interesting concept to go with two pools, and one of the reasons was that we wanted to be able to create a space for families and children to play, but be separate from those looking to do their lap swim, aerobics, or competitive swim. So those two options give us that type of flexibility with those two different type of programming that sometimes overlap in a pool situation. We created this space, civic space, because what that allows us to do is have a place where, whether you have baseball or football practice or different sports going on, there's a space for the community to come out and enjoy the park, right? It also, if you can envision it, on the north end, there's a little square here. That's the power pad in the ground, so that we can pull a mobile stage in there real quick, and that creates a great lawn for all types of concerts, plays, programs. But that's what that space is all about. Just think of Central Park in New York City, where you just have a place where you can go, throw a ball around, play. But yeah, so I wanted to point that out just because it's such a new feature to the park, right? And we do so many different programs with bounce houses and concerts, things like that, that's creating that space without impacting your other programming. This gray area, it's not just a playground. They're probably sick of me talking about it. It's a destination playground. And I differentiate that all the time in these meetings because the difference there is that's a playground big enough, fun enough, new, cool features that you want to load the kids up in the morning and go there. You're not just at the park and your kids having to climb on the monkey bars or swing on a swing. It's such a cool feature that you want to pack your family up and go to the park for that playground. And that's more than what we have in a playground feature here at this park right now. So I think that's a significant thing. We mentioned the basketball courts. It's actually 2.5. It's 2.5 courts. It's a half court here so that there's additional space for people to shoot around or play if there's some games going on. So those are some great new features all the way around the park that we're really trying to add to the overall plan.
Okay, so now I'm going to zoom into the design of the new Pompey Park Community Center. So this is the ground floor plan. The space is grouped into 3 clusters according to its functionality and to create synergies. West cluster, I call this is east, and this is north. And the clusters are connected by a common circulation path here that is connected to the main entrance and access to the pool deck right here. This is the west cluster. It consists of administration, offices, plays adjacent to the entrance, and you have after-school care, which is connected to a after-school care playground here. And you have a kitchenette here that is placed in between the after-school care and admin offices. We go to the east cluster now, and this is a 2-story playroom, which you could actually see from the second floor, and I'll show you an image in a minute. And we have a multi-purpose room, teen room, and restrooms with lockers. And we have 5 family restrooms here that is open to the outside, serving the aquatic component of this facility. We go to the north cluster, which is a gymnasium with 2 basketball courts, which have direct access to the bathrooms. To the north of the gymnasium, we just have support facilities such as lifeguard room, staff locker, and storage, etc. Now I'm going to go to the second floor. This is the second floor, and I'm going to zoom into the west cluster. You can see you have a dance aerobic studio here, a fitness center here, and a restroom adjacent to both, and a multi-purpose senior room. You have a total of 3 multi-purpose senior rooms in this facility. So you actually have ample space for community function in this facility. And if you go to the east cluster, you see the other 2 multi-purpose senior space, and a large multi-purpose space here, which has a stage that you can have performances. And you have a commercial kitchen concession connected to the multi-purpose, and also to the covered terrace, which is accessible from the pool deck, the ground floor. And this is a north cluster. We have an indoor track. This is an indoor track that is open to the gymnasium below. So the building design is designed with many windows to take advantage of the natural light. A series of sunshades are designed to carefully place to reduce the heat gain at the window. So while the sunshades protect the building from the harsh sun, they also create visual interest with wave-like movement. This is the view from second floor looking down at the 2-story playroom. Very beautiful view. And these are some images of the amenities that we're developing. You can see the dugouts, the new dugouts. This is the basketball pavilion with 2 restrooms, a storage, and a drinking fountain. This is the pool cabana. You have 5 changing rooms, a storage, and a drinking fountain. These are pavilions, and this is the pergola.
This whole green area, it's an aftercare program. We have a great aftercare program here at Pompey. One of the challenges we have is when it's a licensed program through the county, you can't have overlapping of the public and the licensed aftercare. It allows the children to come in, enter the aftercare program, and then parents will come in and pick them up from there. And it does that so that the rest of the community has access to the full facility and all the other aspects. Teen showed us a great picture of what this is right here. That is a 2-story open indoor playground. What's great about that is there's these rooms here, multi-purpose rooms that lead out to the aquatics. So think of how many pool parties we could have, or people can rent that, or they can rent that room for a birthday, come on over to the playground, let the kids play. That creates a really cool concept in our concourse. It's not just a hallway, it's an actual usable space. The walking track is such a cool new feature to bring to the community, and it combines with a new fitness center, another feature we don't have. In fact, we don't have a fitness center in our parks department at any of our facilities. So this will be a first for us. I wanted to point out those really cool new features because those are the things that we're getting really excited about to add to this program.
So the execution of this project, the construction of this project will be phased to allow for the continual use of this existing community center. Phase 1A includes the construction of this new community center that I just showed you. And while this is being constructed, you still be able to use this current facility, which is right here. And once this new community center is completed, we will move you in to this new community center. And at this point, we'll begin construction phase 1B, which includes the demolition of the existing facility. And phase 2 will begin after Phase 1A and B are completed, which includes the demolition of the existing aquatic center and the construction renovation of the rest of the park. This is the anticipated project timeline. Looking forward, we have design development phase and the production of construction documents phase, and we anticipate to submit for permitting in September 2022, and we anticipate the construction of Phase 1 will begin in December 2022. Construction of Phase 2 will begin in June 2024, and project completion December 2024. Yeah, thank you.